What's up, guys? This is Daniel with Spotlight, and today we are putting the spotlight on the iconic Casa Loma, but more specifically their holiday light tour. Now, the name Casa Loma is actually Spanish for hill house because it's actually located on an escarpment in midtown Toronto. It's actually at the intersection of Austin Terrace and Spadina Avenue. This historic landmark began construction in 1911 and it wasn't completed until 1914, and it was actually the primary residence of financier Sir Henry Pellet. You've definitely seen Casa Loma disguised as a backdrop or setting of some of your favorite TV shows and movies, and now YouTube. Casa Loma is open all year round, but they do a lot of seasonal events. For example, in October, they do something called Legends of Horror, which is almost like a haunted house type of attraction. Now, we actually did check out their holiday-themed event in 2019 called Nutcracker Christmas at the Castle. This was right before everything started shutting down. Last year, they didn't have anything going on, obviously due to COVID, but this year they're back with the holiday light tour at the castle. This is a self-guided indoor and outdoor tour where you can check out all of Casa Loma's decorations and lights and live performances throughout their grounds. So make sure you dress appropriately because it gets pretty cold December in Toronto. But the question remains, is this spot right for you? Enough talking, let's go check it out. Alright guys, I'm caffeinated, I'm ready to go. Let's talk about Casa Loma. So I could talk forever about the history of Casa Loma, but I really want to stay focused just this holiday light tour event that they have going on. I mean, you do some Googling, this place has a lot of history. It's really interesting. They talk about hauntings and all sorts of things. So I mentioned in the beginning that it's been the backdrop for a lot of movies, TV shows, other movies such as Chicago, X-Men, Scott Pilgrim, etc, etc. So check it out. They've done a ton of movies, ton of TV shows. Anyway, yeah, a lot of history. Do some Googling, check it out. Lots to learn. So let's start by talking about the price. General admission is $40 online between November 25th and December 12th. If you buy your ticket at the door, it's $45. Now, after December 12th, the ticket price does jump up to $45 online and $50 at the door. So it definitely pays to book early or try to go a little bit earlier in advance. They do offer VIP packages for about $125, and the price once again does jump to $150 after a certain date. From what I understand, the VIP packages only really offer you line bypass and you get food and drink tokens. So just, is it worth it? My opinion, we got there was no lineup, we walked right in. The food and drinks, I'll touch on that momentarily. I got my tickets through Groupon. I'm not affiliated with Groupon, I'm not getting paid to mention this or anything like that, but I did get my tickets through Groupon for $35 each. So I saved myself about $5 or so. Not a big savings, but not bad. I will always recommend, if you're going to any events, any shows, anything at all, traveling, whatever, restaurants even, always take 5 minutes, do some Googling, check Groupon, check Living Social, check WagJag, Travelzoo, any of those discounted sites, because there's a good chance you're gonna find some kind of a discount on whatever event you're trying to attend. Sometimes it's a minimal saving, like $5. Sometimes it can be a lot more. And hey, that's money in your pocket and money you can spend doing other things. When we first walked in, right off the bat, I noticed they had really beefed up their lights around the grounds, like in their garden areas and things like that, which was really beautiful. They also had carolers singing Christmas carols scattered throughout the grounds, which was a really nice touch, really helped to get you in that festive mood, festive spirit. I really did enjoy that. As I mentioned, they do have a Halloween event called Legends of Horror that takes place in October. It does seem like they tried to utilize some of the props and things for this event. So we saw this animatronic monster, you know, with a Christmas hat on and with Christmas carols playing in the background. We saw this one little manger type area, but it still had, you know, a skeleton arm hanging off the side. So some little attention to detail was missed obviously there, but I mean, what are you gonna do? They also appear to have used one of their funhouse areas that they used to have all the, you know, the scary things going on in there for Halloween, which they changed into a Christmas carol type theme. It was a choice. It was a bit different to go to a Christmas type event and to kind of go through something like that. I don't know. It was different. I wasn't expecting it. Not really sure how I feel about it, but anyway, it's there. After you walk through one of their first little rooms that they have where all the different themes and stages and everything, it's really cute. You walk outside there and they have a little Christmas market set up in their courtyard. I really like that because I always used to go to the Toronto Christmas market every year until last year when they closed it down due to COVID. So it was a really nice touch. I will say it would have been nice to have had maybe a few more stores and things to actually check out. There was maybe about 5 or so little huts set up. One thing had drinks, one had food, one had some other little, you know, knickknacks, but it would have been nice to maybe have had a few more stores there. We got some drinks from the first little hut there. I had a mulled wine, which I'm sad to say was probably one of the worst mulled wines I've ever had. Cody got this cider type drink, and his was actually pretty good. Price-wise, it was about $10 or $15, I think, per drink, so a little on the pricier side, but again, to be expected. We also got some beignets, which is like a fried donut. I had powdered sugar, Cody had the cinnamon ones, and those were really good. I do think the food and drinks were lacking a bit though, especially the food. There was literally beignets or s'mores, so you didn't really have a lot of options, especially if you wanted something more savory. At least that I saw, unless they're changing it up and adding more things as the event goes on. But it has been open now for what, at least a week or two. So you'd think by now they would have had everything out there that they would have supposed to be had. Anyway. The entertainment factor out there I really did enjoy as well. They had little areas set up with some figure skaters on one side with some music going along with it, which was really, really nice. They had on the other side of that this fire juggler guy, and he was really, really funny. Really great show. Definitely nice touch to have that bit of entertainment in the courtyard. They had snow machines blowing snow, which, you know, unfortunately soon enough won't be necessary, but it was still a nice touch. It did really make you feel very Christmassy, very festive. So yeah, very nice touches in that little area. I really did like that spot. To the courtyard area, you go through the tunnels underneath Casa Loma, which for some reason smelled terrible this time, like sewage terrible. I've never experienced that before when I've been to Casa Loma, but anyway. After the tunnels, you end up in the stables, which are sort of across the street. And in that stables area, they have a Santa Claus that you can go get your picture taken with. But otherwise, that's about it. You're done. As I mentioned, we did go to the Nutcracker Christmas at the castle 2 years ago at Casa Loma. And I gotta say, it seemed like a little bit better of an event. There was things I loved about this, the Christmas market area, things like that. Love that. The thing I preferred about the Nutcracker Christmas at the Castle event was that you could actually go around the house. You could go through, you could explore the rooms, you could go, you know, just do a tour of the house. The house is beautiful. It's such a great, iconic piece of Toronto's history. And it was a bit disappointing that we couldn't walk around there and check everything out. So yeah, definitely was really disappointed with that. Not to mention the fact that 2 years ago, I spent $24 on Groupon for passes. This year, the price has gone up, so it seems like you're paying more and getting less. I don't know, this sort of seems like the pandemic world that we kind of live in these days, where you're spending a little bit more, getting a little bit less, there's less availability of things, there's just a lot going on. It's a little disappointing, but all in all, it was still a nice event. So, is this spot right for you? I would say if you're looking for something to get you into the Christmas spirit, get you sort of in that nice holiday mood, feeling festive, maybe go somewhere on a date or with your family, yeah, it's definitely a nice night out. It is on the pricier side, I will admit, for, you know, got deals I mentioned on Groupon, $35, but otherwise you're looking at, you know, upwards of $50, and if you want to do the VIP package, I don't think is worth it personally. You're looking at upwards of $150 per ticket. Oh, sorry, that's $150 per couple, actually, not per ticket, per couple. But either way, it is a little bit of a pricier event. I do feel as though, as I mentioned, this is kind of the COVID world we live in, where we do spend more, we do get less. So take it or leave it sort of situation. All in all, though, it still was beautiful. I love Casa Loma. You know, a little side note, I did a project on Casa Loma, I think in the 4th grade, and I went and checked it out with my family. And yeah, I love it. I think it's just such a beautiful, iconic piece of Toronto, basically. So even if you're not going for the holiday event, definitely try and take a tour of Casa Loma sometime. As I said, they do a lot of seasonal events. They do all kinds of things. It's definitely worth the trip to check it out. As I said, little on the pricier side, so just be forewarned. You know, there's a lot of other Christmassy and holiday type events going on throughout the city, and actually throughout the province, really. I mean, I know that there's some other ones that we're hoping to check out before the year ends. So, you know, maybe try to consider that into the equation. Is the price worth it? Versus, you know, what will I get from other places? Do I want to spend my money and spread it out other ways? I don't know. Anyway, up to you guys. Definitely think it was beautiful, though. Would definitely recommend checking it out. Yeah. So, once again, thank you guys so much for coming to Casa Loma with me. Let me know in the comments, though. Have you guys been to the event this year? Did you go when they used to do it previously, before COVID? What did you guys think of the difference? Was it better this time? Was it worse? Did you prefer the old way? Yeah, what would you do maybe to even improve it, make it better for the future events? Let me know in the comments. Once again, if you did like this video, please like, please subscribe, say hello. We'll definitely be trying to release some more videos soon. And yeah, thanks so much. I'm Daniel. This has been Spotlight. Bye.